going on, guys? Themightydart13, second video over today. You know, just finished filming my updatey video, and now I'm on to my F1 video. So, for those of you who don't follow F1, Formula 1, they've just finished their testing at Circuit de Catalunya in Spain. So, a lot of news to go through, really. I think the biggest story is, or one of the biggest stories that got started testing was Lotus has been bought out by Renault. Lotus have been brought out by Renault. You know, it's nice to see Renault back, but what I think everyone's looking for is them to go have a car like they did in 2010 with the yellow side pods and all that, which looked amazing, hand on heart. Yeah, I suppose the other big news really was that Mana Marussia, or Mana as they are now known, have now been given Mercedes engines. You know, and talk of engines, you know, Mana have gone to Mercedes. There's been, from what Jenson Button's saying, who's my favourite driver within F1, JB, he's said the McLaren Honda's the most improved it's been over 14 months. For anyone who doesn't know, a little bit of background, the McLaren Honda was shit last year. I mean shite. Their best finish was, I believe, 9th. And this is a team who should be winning races. You know, they've got that pedigree. They are a championship winning team. You know, first in 2014, when they were back with Mercedes, they finished on the podium, but if you're honest, the McLaren car has not been great for the last few seasons. It's not really since, I'd say since 2009, really. Or, maybe, no, I'd say that. Maybe 2010, 2011, they had a good chance of winning the title. But it just hasn't, like they didn't. Obviously Red Bull won the title and Vettel was world champion. But yeah, I don't know, I hope McLaren turn the corner this year, because it is bloody horrible to see a team like McLaren struggling. And of course, last season, 2015 season, you had Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, Lotus, McLaren. You know, you had them. This year we have a new team. Now, for any of my American viewers who watch NASCAR, you will know of the Haas racing team, HAAS. Well, they've now got a Formula 1 team. And well, they've got Romain Grosjean as one of their drivers, so fair enough, you know, it's a good start. His career's not been helped by the fact that Lotus was shit, which of course also wasn't helped by the fact that they were running Renault power units, which were, again, shit. You know, but it was all a bit, it's a shame because I like Lotus. And it is a shame to see them bow out of sport, but, you know, they weren't, you know, they won races and whatever. I mean, the memorable one was Romain Grosjean finished on a podium in Spa. You know, Belgium. He finished on the podium as the team was having a winding up order. Or that race weekend they'd had a winding up order. And it is such a shame to see teams like Lotus go. You know, but I've just step away from F1 for a minute. There's a plant that sticks out as I walk up, and I caught my hand on it yesterday, and I've got not a huge scar, but I've got a cut across the back of my hand, and I just caught it with my right hand now. So doing well, matching cuts now. But you know, now onto testing itself, and course, there was a trial of a new tyre, which is basically what happens is you've got, for wet races, you've got your wet tyre, then you've got your intermediate, which has got a shallower tread pattern, which basically when it's not dry, but it's not absolutely pissing it down, it's when the track's starting to dry out a little bit. Then you move on to your slick tyres, and you've got your hard tyre, which is orange, like the sidewall, which is the side of the tyre, obviously, is orange. Then you move on to your medium compound, which has a white sidewall. Then you've got your soft tyre, which has yellow. Which one? Then you move on to your red sidewall, which is super soft tyre. But this season they've added in a purple tyre. Really going far out with these colours. But it's purple, and it's known as the Ultra Soft. But the thing was, really, through testing it's only sort of been 2 tenths faster. And I think people were expecting it to be sort of like half a second, 5 tenths of a second. But it's a bit of a surprise, really. Bit of a surprise, really. I was expecting it to be a bit quicker, but obviously, Mercedes have been reliable as hell, as usual. I was reading and they've done the most mileage out of anyone. Like the Mercedes GP team, this isn't even looking after, that isn't even looking into the teams who Mercedes are supplying engines for. And Mercedes once again have been unbelievably reliable, and that is what's going to win them races. That, and they've got 2 very quick drivers in Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton, of course, has won the World Championship 2 years in a row. So he's got he's a triple World Champion now. The question is he going to, this season, is he going to, he's going to do it the same as Vettel, 3rd championship in a row, his 4th. Lewis's first came in 2008, which is an amazing season. It's, back before the hybrid cars and whatever, V8 engines, might even be slightly higher than that, but it was just back before they had slick tyres as well. There has also been a new format for teams selecting tyres for the race, which is complicated as fuck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description to a video that explains it. Because if I sat here explaining it, this video would last for about 5 years, because it is so bloody complicated. And there's also been a change of the qualifying format itself, stepping away from tyres. They're doing it as for those of you who play car racing games, elimination. So the clock ticks down to 7 minutes, and in Q1 and Q2, for every minute that passes, each car that is slowest is knocked out. So Q3 is staying the same, except, well, it's not, because they've dropped from 10 drivers to 8. And this has caused a bit of an uproar with the drivers. They don't like it. One of the things I read, because I do keep up with Formula 1 news, what was said was that it doesn't give it's too complicated for the fans to understand. And I'll admit, it is difficult. But it is very difficult. But then again, it's down to the FIA. Another thing to come out of testing, of course, because all this has come out during the week, is the halo. Now, 2014, We had a horrific accident with Jules Bianchi, who sadly is no longer with us, so, you know. He basically came off and hit the back of a recovery vehicle. So, basically what the FIA have said is they want halos on the top of the car, which is it's supposedly head protection, but the problem is, and a lot of people are saying it's a half-baked idea. The FIA haven't really thought it through. I understand the need for head protection, but a halo, I mean, I've looked at it, and there's a large space where the driver's head is, it's not like, the front of the helmet is protected, yes, but if you look at the top of it, there is still room for stuff to fly off and hit the driver on the head. That's an ambulance the way I've got to walk. That's not good. But basically what's happened is he's like, one of the F1 YouTubers I watch made a good point that it's not going to stop. It wouldn't have stopped accidents like Jules Bianchi's. You know? And looking at it, he's right, it wouldn't have, because there's still a large section of the head that is exposed. And Formula 1 is dangerous, it's motor racing. You know, there's always that risk, and okay, no driver should die in their car, but freak accidents happen. You know, I mean, there's going to be crap flying off the cars. I mean, you know, alright, Felipe Massa, 2009. A spring's flown off the back of Rubens Barrichello's Brawn GP car, and it's flown off and hit him. You could argue, you know, well, the spring should have been checked. It was a freak accident. So it's come off and it's hit him in the head and he's missed the rest of the racing season. But accidents like that are going to happen. You're racing. Honestly, if they're going to go with cockpit protection, they need to cover the entire cockpit. Honestly, it needs to have, on a fighter plane, they have these huge things, don't they? They have these huge sliding bits of whatever the fucking hell it is over front. Well, if Formula 1 wants to have head protection, they've got to do that. But then that carries the risk of what happens if there's a fault and the driver can't get out. At least with closed or open cockpits, drivers can escape if needs be, and they do very, very quickly. But I suppose, I don't know, in some ways I think there needs to be a change, but the ball is in the FIA's court. I think the halo's been tested, and another complaint has been the visibility of the drivers. But as I said, it's the FIA's decision. That is a lovely blanket. It's quite nice actually. Anyway, you know, the FIA's decision. But I suppose you can't really pay too much attention to the pace in training, in testing. Sorry, not training. Because obviously the testing pace is going to be a lot of driver. There is no point running your car flat out by rights, because you know effectively it's a prototype. And alright, all Formula 1 cars are prototypes. You're not going to get more than one for each driver. But you know, some teams will go absolutely berserk and will just smash out really fast lap times, and that is to try and, I think, sort of make other teams think, oh shit, hang on, what have they done? But you've got teams like Mercedes who are just out there constantly knocking out lap times, you know, literally, he was just knocking out lap time after lap time after lap, or lap after lap after lap after lap, and doing very, very well about it. But could be worse. But I don't know. So my predictions. Oh, Basically, who do I think is going to win the World Championship? Drivers? I'm going to go with Lewis. Going to go with my lad Lewis. Brits for the win and all that shit. I think Mr. Hamilton will win his 3rd World Championship. His 4th World Championship, sorry. Dark horses this year for attempting to knock Mercedes off their perch. I'm going to sit my neck. Well, Ferrari have been quick through all of testing, so I'm going to say Ferrari. I think Manor are going to get some points this year, which would be nice to see. And a good tribute to Jules Bianchi, who got, well, back in their Marussia days, got Marussia's only points in Formula 1. And it would be a very touching tribute. Might be my Emma, Mr. Museum, where are you? Be like, down back to Chippy. But no, I think Manor are going to get points this year, and after a brief stoppage, because my phone, my mate Emma rang me to ask if I was going in Chippy at all, or if I had money on me. I was like, nope. So, I don't know. But anyway, as I was saying, I think Ferrari again have got a very good package. You know, they've been doing quite well. Competitive driver lineup with Kimi Räikkönen and Sebastian Vettel. So I'm going to call them, as many other people will, the dark horses. So, you know, it's not. There's a lot of other news I could cover, but we'd let you be here till next Tuesday. So I'm going to leave this F1 themed video here. So, I don't know, not at college yet, so I might film another one after this. Make it a triple upload, which basically means I'll be up till gone midnight sorting out videos again. Not that it matters, I don't usually go to sleep until quite late on a Friday night. Oh, that was close. But anyway, guys, so that was a thing into a Formula 1. That was this is a Formula 1 theme video. You know, not saying I've only ever done one F1 video. That was when I was reacting to the British GP, which I might do that again this year. When season starts, I might do a little roundup after the race. Although, not that was because it's on Channel 4 this year, because the BBC has sold the rights to F1, or the parts of F1, and I don't have Sky, which, yeah, doesn't help. It means I can't watch every race live, but it doesn't matter. I'll just watch the highlights. I'll just do a sensible thing and go on BBC Online. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you for watching. You know, as I say at the end of every video, please like, subscribe, share. You know, go watch that video, I'll link in the description, because it will clear up the tyre thing. And also, anyone who watches Formula 1, Dad, cough, Dad, you know, could always, you know, who do you think is going to win the World Championship this year? And a bit of an interesting one, who do you think is going to be the driver of the year? Or the driver who does the best? If I edited videos, that would be an outtake, but I don't edit, so. Yeah, no, basically what's going to happen is, I personally think driver of the year will be I've got a feeling Räikkönen might do well this year. He's had a couple of years been a bit crap for him, but I think he'll do well. Then we've got, you know, I'm looking at it and I think it'll either be Räikkönen or I think it'll be Grosjean. Romain Grosjean, he's got a point to prove. He's moved to a new team. I believe he's lead driver. Should be lead driver. But basically, guys, you know, leave in the description who you think will drive for the year it will be. Obviously, I've said Raikkonen or Grosjean. If I had to pick one, I'd say Raikkonen because I like Kimi. The guy's an amazing interview. He says so little. He gives the most blunt answers in Formula 1 and he is the funniest bloke to watch. But anyway, as I said, like, subscribe, share. And yeah, guys, I'm going to go film another video because I'm on one. I am on a roll today. Butter me up, put me on a plate because I am on a roll. That was cringeworthy as fuck. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Stay safe.